Anyways, we're back to Brazil in Victoria 3. It's going alright, but I want to focus on the economy today. We have a bit of an authority deficit, but basically what I want to do today is I want to get our GDP up. We've stagnated a little bit while we've been focusing on diplomacy stuff, and we've been trying to improve standard of living, which has also stagnated a little bit. So yeah, I just want to focus on economic stuff today. We're going to get our industrial base operational, and we'll see what happens with that. So what's currently in the queue? We've got quite a few things in the construction queue. We're making textile mills, we're making furniture manufactories. Looks like we have a lot of demand for wood, a lot of demand for tools, a lot of demand for paper. So perhaps these are things we should keep going for at the moment. The other thing I'm cognizant of is we're doing a lot of construction, but we're actually doing it on wooden construction. As you'll see down here. We're using wooden buildings, which takes a lot of wood and a lot of fabric, and it doesn't actually produce a huge amount of construction. If we go for iron frame buildings, this actually produces a lot more construction, but there's some extra cost from the iron and the tools. So I think what we're actually going to do is let's prioritize the tools production and start switching over to iron frame buildings. But we need to get out of the current tools deficit first, so let's see. Do we have any tools manufactories in here? No. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do that then. Again, I'm going to prefer to normally just build them in my own territory if we can. Why don't we reduce construction efficiency here? Oh, we've got a trade unions penalty. Okay, that's fair enough. Right, we'll build one in Rio. There's plenty of infrastructure in Rio. Should I just build like 4 in Rio? Is that a good idea? Iron is expensive in Rio. That is a little bit of an issue. I think iron is quite expensive in general, so perhaps we also need more iron mines. We can build these in quite a few places, but again, we're still kind of running out of a little bit of infrastructure. We get much less construction efficiency in the Amazon, so I really don't want to build in there unless we have to. But I think what we really just need to do is tech into railways. Do we have access to railways? Not yet. Okay. I think we're just going to have to tank the infrastructure deficit for now. So, let's see. Yeah. Iron mine over here. What are our iron mines actually using as well? As a building production method. Let's just double check that quickly. Yeah, we're using picks and shovels. We don't have any more advanced mining techs at the moment, so we are just going to have to do this. That's fine. Right. Let's put one... Let's just spread them out, I think. That seems like a good plan. Sarah has quite low infrastructure, so maybe we leave that one alone for now. Not enough qualifications for labourers. We do have to think about the actual available labourers as well. I think we'll put at least... We'll just put 1 level in each of these, even though the construction efficiency is bad. What I might actually do... Oh, we have an authority deficit because we're doing promote social mobility all over this whole bit. We're going to have to probably turn that off in a little bit, but that's fine. We'll have to leave it for now, and we can't actually put road maintenance in until we stop doing that. So let's actually go down here. Let's get those iron mines up. And then the tooling workshop on top, I think. And then, yeah, we've got a few different journal entries going on. I think at the moment... Oh, that's right. We're increasing standard of living because we've got this commitment to the common people. That's what we're trying to do. I see. Well... We aren't going to get our construction up immediately. So let's actually go have a look here. Let's have a look in the market. Let's see what's going on. You guys can do with a bit more opium and a bit more wine. Let's have a look at the goods cost. So that's why I've got furniture in here, because the price of furniture is very high. And we have the rosewood now, so we can make a lot of furniture. Are we exporting luxury furniture? I believe we're making it quite cheap because we've prioritized that in our factories. It's still quite expensive. Okay, I'll tell you what. Let's finish off this textile mill because it's already started building. I'll put the furniture manufactories up here as well, and then we'll get on the tools and the iron. That seems like a good compromise to me. And then privately we're building vineyards and bananas. That's okay. We're still in a fair bit of debt, but that's fine. We're supposed to be in debt. We're supposed to be growing our economy faster than our debt is spiraling out of control. This is how economics works in real life, I believe. So let's just do that. We're just gonna sit on that today. We have got a little bit of influence spare. Is there anything specific I'm trying to do with the power block at the moment, other than increasing cohesion? So we're trying to improve relations with Bolivia. So do we have any treaties we can do with these guys? Not at the moment. Okay. Well, I'll leave it alone then. We have got some infamy. Let's just keep this as spare so that the infamy ticks down faster. I don't know. But I don't think we're actually planning on doing much war now. Let's see. It's how politicians want economics to work IRL. Yeah, fair enough. Let's actually just improve relations with the US. I want the US to stop interfering with our plans. And maybe they will if they're on side. We also have a lobby opportunity for trade privileges with the Ottomans. Will they actually accept that?
Thanks for the sub.
Thank you very much for the resub, Balans. Enjoy your subscriber emotes. Thank you for sending your Twitch Prime here. Hope you're having a good day. Do you enjoy a little bit of Victoria 3? I certainly do. Right, so this... It says they want it. Have we got something else in here that they don't want? What's going on? Oh, they rejected the previous treaty. It needs to be an improvement. I'll give you... What about... Do I want to let you build a Brazil? Are we just protecting... I think we're just protecting our GDP at the moment. I'm trying to not let other people build in our territory. I guess we can nationalize it later. Let's just do this. They probably won't even build in our territory. There you go. For fun. You should accept that. And then that will improve our lobby situation. Okay. What do you want? You... Oh, wow. They're demanding that we give them Bolivia. What? Why do you want Bolivia? That's crazy. I haven't had the AI, like, do that ever. Wow. Dude, you can't just have Bolivia. If we refuse, they may start a diplomatic play against us, which may escalate into war. Well, that's not good. I mean... What's going on with the US? You've got 26 plus 35 battalions, 35 flotillas. Well, obviously you would need to do a naval invasion. That's kind of crazy. Right. We're going to have to think about this. We do have our army, but we don't have all the conscriptable battalions they have, so that's kind of concerning. We would need to buff up our navy pretty quickly. How long did I leave this notification up here? Let's think about this. Right, okay. Our plan has changed. Our plan is now to get a load of flotillas. And yeah, we can promote our commander so we can get a larger force limit. Or do we want just another commander? You are in the armed forces. What are we doing with the armed forces? I guess we should really try and get patriotic fervor going, but that might be kind of difficult. Are we actually doing any laws at the moment? I believe we're not currently doing any laws. Wow. Okay, let's have a think about this. We've got an experienced naval commander here. Okay, this is good. Yeah, this all looks good. Okay, let's add you. And then, how much command limit is that? That's 40. Okay. I don't even know what your naval tech is. Should I actually have a... Let's actually have a look at your naval tech. Can we look at your naval tech? What can we actually look at? I don't know. I mean, can we see your navy? Probably not, right? The question is, if we go into our technology screen, do we reckon they have access to ironclads yet? So, ironclads down here. That seems quite a way away tech-wise. So it's very possible we could just build up our navy size and realistically fight them. They won't have ironclad tech yet, surely. We don't start that far behind America in tech. And then the other more advanced ships are even beyond that. It's only 1851. I think we could potentially hold them off. Well, we're gonna have to, aren't we? We don't really have a choice. I honestly didn't think they would just go for Bolivia like that. Is this because they're defiant? Are they trying to influence Bolivia? Is that the situation? Like, what's your leverage situation? Yeah, you don't care. You haven't got leverage on Bolivia. Right, let us actually just increase our navy size. Let's do that. So, I think what we generally want... So these guys require a lot of mana wars, but they have a lot of offense. So I think we want as many mana wars as we can do. I'm trying to think of the best way of actually doing this. How about we build 7 of them here, and then we go back. That's going to be too many capital ships compared to light ships. You do need at least some light ships to keep the formation in control. Hello, 999999999. Just dropping in to say, yay tier list that you're undervaluing data miners. They're great with frozen cores. Yeah, I mean, they are good, but you still have to do the orbital research first, right? That's why I put them in B tier. I mean, that's just the tier list video I did yesterday, which is on the YouTube channel. Oxygen not included. It's very subjective. It's not just about whether something's strong. It's also about how easy it is to reach and how fun I personally find it. So that's why I've ranked it in B tier. But you managed to get enough to unlock them without going to space? Really? That's interesting. Is that easier than just going to space, though? Like, just with a carbon dioxide rocket? Because I think I would rather just do that if I really needed the data banks early on. But you're allowed to have your opinion. It's a big help that spotting POIs gives tons of banks. Actually, that's true. That is true. That has changed since I've thought about it. But, anyways, our current situation is the US is trying to get us to transfer Bolivia to them, which I am not looking forward to. So, let's just try and deal with that. I'm just going to build these up here because we have a lot of peasants available in these two states. Right, let's go up to 30 flotillas so we can at least match the US in size. I'm going to leave this up here as much as I can. Yikes, it says on the current, I want the escapism. Yeah, I wasn't planning on this either today, I'll be real. But, well, I mean, I wasn't planning on getting invaded by the US today, but these things apparently happen. So let's transfer these naval bases to the top of the queue then. That's not good. So each of these is going to take 5 weeks to build. I think we have to change a few things now. We're going to have to get rid of some of our social mobilities. And I'm going to do those 4 so that we can encourage road maintenance in Bahia and Rio de Janeiro. So we can build these naval bases faster. That seems important. This will time out automatically once this circle completes, I imagine. Can I still help by gabbing on about PC parts of your Discord? Be dragging my feet on that one? Yeah, feel free to. Yeah, we've got the Discord where we talk about things, obviously. This is annoying. This may mean I may have to delay this commitment. Right, let's leave this demand up here, and we'll see what happens. I'm imagining this is just going to tick down rapidly. Yeah, it's ticking down rapidly. Okay, we've done our lobby thing. I think this will just tick down automatically. So we'll let that do that, but that obviously isn't going to take very long. I'm scared. The Rio de Janeiro Political Union wants this. Organizers affiliated with the radical movement have founded an organization devoted to fostering popular participation in politics in the Rio de Janeiro region. So we can either give pop movement strength, or we can make people more radical. You know what? Go for it. I don't care. Adios. No worries. Take care. Enjoy yourself. We've got an unstable government. Why do we have an unstable government? Can we do better than this? No? Great. What happened? Why is the government unstable? This is going well, isn't it? So, lack of electoral confidence. Ideological incompatibility. Well, that's fun. We've got a few different laws we can pass. Is there anything we want to pass them over? We want to pass something that helps with the armed forces, right? What do they want? Let's have a look at what things they want. So, laws. So we want to pass frontier colonization. So, none of these are green. Militarized policing. We don't have the mass surveillance technology, so we can't do that one. Outlaw dissent. Censorship? Do we want to do censorship? Limit text spread? I don't know, not really. But we've got to get them on board to get that bonus, right? This is going to piss everyone else off. Let's have a look. So at the moment, this is not really doing a huge amount for us. The main annoyance with this is the text spread. What we could do is we could start enacting it and then not try and actually get it to pass. The issue is this is going to make the radical movement rise up in a revolution. They really don't want that. So we can't do that. So I don't think we can get the armed forces on board then. We should increase military wages if we can, but we've already got it at max. So that's not going to help. I guess we're not going to get that bonus then. Because if we get a revolution forming, I'm pretty sure this is going to affect our magnanimous monarch stuff. Which we really don't want. So I think our hands are kind of tied. Are there any other laws that we want? Let's just think about that for a second. Well, we can't do proportional taxation yet. Tenant farmers. We've got dedicated police force, which is what we want. We could go for propertied women, but the landowners aren't going to help us out with that. We did just get no migration controls. We have right to associate, which I think is okay. We've got professional armies already, which is what we want. We've got elected bureaucrats. I think we reached a conclusion that we just want to leave the laws alone at the moment. If we switch to subjecthood, what does that do? So that gives us less acceptance from heritage trait and more acceptance from homeland. So this is not what we want. We want a different thing than subjecthood so that we can attract the mass migrations. Right, I don't think there's actually anything else we can do then. Wait, are there states requiring emergency relief? Really? Why? What's going on here? Oh, that's right. We've been hit by wildfires and extreme winds and all these other disasters, which is why we're having some issues too. Okay. You know what? Let's just leave it. Diplomacy-wise, subjects. Bolivia has some moderate liberty desire. Argentina is currently exempt from service. We're going to have to revoke that, obviously. Have fun with that, Argentina. Any other subjects? Not really that are going to cause issues with that. We don't actually have that many subjects. Okay. I think we're just going to have to let it go. I think... Can we actually fight the US on this? Possibly. How quickly can we build all of this Navy stuff? Probably not quickly enough. Is it worth a try? Potentially. Ultimately, we can have a look at the diplomatic play and see what we can do here. So currently, the US has a massive advantage in terms of battalions because they can conscript everything. We can potentially sway some countries. Looks like we could sway Peru. Looks like we could sway Ecuador. Okay. There's no one else we could sway then. There's no one else. No one else wants a slice of this pie at all. So I think we're entirely dependent on being able to fend them off in terms of a naval invasion. So, looking at the power projection of their navy, does it actually tell me what ships they have? Yes, it does. Okay, so they do have frigates. They have lots of light ships. They have mostly frigates. Well, let's add a war goal. Do we want one of their subjects? Probably not. Shall we just go for humiliation? Lower their prestige. I think that makes sense. Okay. I think we're just gonna have to give it a go then, aren't we? We can obviously sway our South American friends over here. Not sure this is gonna go particularly well. We obviously need to mobilize our army. We can actually upgrade our infantry to skirmish infantry. Let's do that. So, mobilize. Obviously, there's no front because, well, they need to do a naval invasion to do anything. You can get... no, you're the other one. You can get mobilized and upgraded as well. Skirmish infantry requires ammunition and small arms. So we're going to have to get some ammunition from the world market. I'm imagining that should be fine. We'll just have to cement it or something. Well, this ain't looking great. We can give it a try. I don't really know what to do navy-wise. I mean, that's one of their navies, that's one of their navies. Obviously, they're going to have to go around Brazil somehow. So perhaps we just move you to the sea node, because they're going to have to fight us at some point. Go for it. Yeah, I'm not overly optimistic. But maybe we can chicken out at the last stage, if need be. Now, what else could we do to save some money? So, do we have a tax commitment at the moment? We don't currently. We can increase taxes. It's not great because we've got a contested government, but I think we definitely want to increase it to at least the first level. In terms of government wages, we could probably lower this as well. We don't need all of this authority at the moment. And we don't... Let's lower it by 1. Let's see how that goes. Okay, that's good. So that'll help pay for some of these military goods. Feel like perhaps we're not going to be able to convince them not to do this war. But perhaps we can make it so that they don't actually manage to do a landing. If we manage to do that, then we might be alright. It's kind of annoying though, because we can't really rope anyone into this. So we can just call ally. Yep, that's fine. We can call ally on you, right? Oh, right. Let's unpause it. Oh, what? Why are you not joining now? What do you mean relative preference for Peru is -28? Oh, because you don't like Ecuador. Oh, that's funny. I'll give you an obligation, Peru. There you go. You gonna do it? Okay, so you've joined on our side as well. That's good, but, I mean, clearly they're not really going to do very much. Do they even have any troops? Not really. Well, I don't really want to give it up. I guess this is the real test. Can we actually cheese a war? If not, then we'll just cede them. We'll just let them have Bolivia, which will be very annoying. The only other one that they're trying to actually enforce on us is investment rights, which I guess we'll have to let them do if they succeed in their war. Let's give it a try. I feel like it's possible, but it might be very difficult because I'm not sure we're going to get our flotillas up in time. We've got an ammunition shortage, so let's have a look at our trade situation. We need to import ammunition. So, let's put maximum subventions for import. So we're going to pay for all of the, yeah, we're going to pay for as much ammunition out of the government pocket as we can afford. We are actually getting some traded in already, but it's not enough. We're not going to have time to make an ammunition factory. So we're just going to have to trade for it. Okay, the shortage has disappeared at least. That's good. Yeah, you're cocky because of relative military strength. It does indeed make sense. Yeah, we're paying for all this ammunition now. The subventions aren't actually that high compared to just the actual costs of the goods. I mean, well, we'll see how it goes. I mean, the good thing is, having a stronger navy and a stronger army will mean more prestige. So power projection, which should help us exert influence over our power block, hopefully, right? Oh god, why are we getting more extreme winds? Stop it. Stop with all of these climate conditions. Right, well, we haven't managed to build that many... We haven't managed to build that many of these ships yet. I guess I'm going to tell you to go dock back up then. Can I get you to dock back up? Station in a HQ. Okay. Go ahead and do that then. I mean, so the thing is, right? I say we do this war, we try and just fend off their naval invasion, and if it doesn't work, I mean, losing Bolivia will suck. Losing Bolivia to the US will suck, but it's not going to, like, be end of the game bad, it's just going to be an inconvenience. But it's very interesting that we can't actually sway anyone else to our help. I guess no one else has an interest. I guess that's the issue, is no one else, none of the other great powers, have an interest over here where Bolivia is. Pedro wants to help us out. Constructor sector throughput. That's what I want to see, I think. Decree cost could mean more decrees, but I don't think that's the most important thing at the moment. Let's just get these ships built faster. Yeah, let's just try and fight this war. Let's just... Let's just see how it goes. If we can stop that naval invasion, then we may be alright. But that's a big if. We're trying to build all these ships, but it takes 5 weeks per ship. I mean, admittedly, what we could try and do is we could try and just flip to iron buildings very quickly, run up a shortage, make a few more ships. Maybe we do just do that for now. Yeah, let's just do that for now. Will that work? Who knows? That will massively increase our construction, but obviously it's going to give us a massive iron shortage, which is going to hit very hard very quickly. But we may need to do this just to get a couple of ships made. And then we'll let the shortage tick back down. Well, let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Right. At least we can see what's going on. The private sector is going to build some more things for us as well. Lovely. Will it show me? I wish it would just show me on this menu how much the shortage is going to tick up to. Because then I will know to actually turn it off. But we just got to build these ships, haven't we? You're already on the way. Well, you've got to pick up some troops, right? Ah, this is too close to real life. But again, we don't necessarily have to win. Okay, looks like they're actually doing a naval invasion here already. So that is the plan. Now, the good news is we can potentially intercept this navy and attack them. And we know that they're going to have to come around this coast because obviously they haven't built the Panama Canal yet. So let's go here and see if we can block them off. I'm not sure that's going to go well, but we can at least try. If the two navies don't merge, we may have a chance to at least slow them down. We have a new journal entry influencing Hawaii. Fascinating. Obviously, we're stocking up ships. We're trying to stock up ships. Also, this is racking up a lot of debt because obviously the price of iron has gone through the roof because we don't have enough iron to do this. I think perhaps we turn this off after we build this naval base. We can also, let's see. Assign strategic objective. Oh, right, hold on. What? How do I get you over there? I just station you here, right? That's what I do? Yeah, you're traveling to the Andes, and then you are going to go here as well. Let's do that for now. And then we'll switch back to wooden construction now, because this is just not going to work, is it? So do that. And yeah, your manpower is quite low, so you got 15 offense, 21 defense. You've got 12 offense and 19 defense. What is your commander? You've got Enoch Sears. Do you have anything interesting going on other than that beard? You're set to raid convoys. Okay, I don't care about that. I mean, the good news is we have some experienced naval commanders here. So we have extra offense and defense because of the commander. And both of them have that buff. You are not the most powerful admiral. So I think, my initial assessment of this, we might have a chance of winning against this guy, but then we're going to have to retreat because then this guy is going to come in. So let's just see how it goes. And we need to set you to... coordinated interception. Plus 20% naval offense. That's good. Yeah. And then we can set you to coordinated. Do we want you to be on aggressive? Probably not. Just coordinated. We need the extra navy offense. That's what we need. I think we've actually got some decent buffs going on here. I think we should be alright on this first fight. Let's see. Basically, what we've got to do is we've just got to convince the US that this isn't worth trying to do the invasion for. Oh, look, they're actually merging up. Do I actually want to fight them then, or do I just want to wait? Let's go... Maybe go fight them? I don't know. We have to try, right? Don't we? I didn't think they were actually just going to wait to merge up. That's quite clever of them. We've still got the shortages from the friggin' wildfires. Well, this probably isn't going to go as well as I would like. But let's see what happens. Right. We've got a battle. So, looks like we have actually just engaged their first fleet here. And the second one is going past. We have good offense. We did roll a blunder, which is not great. But yeah, the other fleet looks like it's going past us. We won. Did they just flee? They escaped. Okay. They didn't fight us. Well, that's not ideal. I mean, the good news is we have a large army defending. So unless they can actually move another large army over, they might struggle to do this landing. Just because of the troops that we already have there. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Are you actually splitting off? Yeah, you were defeated. Okay, so we did actually defeat this first navy. So it's heading back. We lost very little from that fight. I think there is probably a reasonable chance we can actually get around here and attack them. So we'll just follow behind them and hopefully we'll reinforce with another ship or two. But that's actually good. This gives me hope that we can actually do this. I mean, if we look at the actual US, so they've obviously conscripted a lot of battalions. But if they can't actually get them to South America, because their flotillas aren't actually able to beat us in a naval fight, then we might be okay. Looks like you've also lost some guys to attrition. Maybe. That would be good. If that actually happened. When are these ships going to meet up with us? Or are they staying here? What's actually going on? They should be joining in. We got some events. Oh, a new national hero. Event in null state. Okay, thanks, game. Il Defensor Diaz has proven himself on the battlefield, and after a stunning victory in null state... Okay, now this is silly. So, here's what's happening. So, we're at war. We're at war, but we haven't actually fought any land battles yet. But we have won a battle. Therefore, this event seems to have triggered where we get to have a national hero of the police to people, which is what we want for our cultural integration. So, apparently, this guy was in the naval battle. But yes, let's add him. There we go. Fantastic. Null sector is invading Brazil. No, that's not what's happening. So let's go to integrating the Brazilian nation. Polices are Brazilian. Perhaps I think they were already... Were they already Brazilian? Do we already have them? Okay, well, whatever. That's nice anyways. It's the Nordestino people that we won a national hero from, not the Paulistas. Okay. What else do we actually want? So, undeserved blame. Some Brazilian people are unfairly blaming the poor living conditions in Sierra on their Brazilian neighbors. These events are on fire today. Great. Well, let's just add the authority deficit. We don't need all that authority at the moment. Now, this navy size is still decreasing. Is this just attrition? Can we actually fight this? What are your commanders? So you have got the coordinated... You have got the experienced naval commanders here. So that's kind of irritating. Let's give it a try. Because obviously they're going to try and do this invasion anyways. Following a violent struggle for power over Brazil, the landowners have ended up on the losing side of history. Il Defensor Diaz has attempted to flee the country to escape retaliation. What? He gets the popularity and he gets exiled. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Goodbye, national hero. What is going on with these events? Did the game just not expect us to be at war with the US at this stage? Right, let's have a look at this as well. Okay, looks like the front is established. There. Well, our armies should be able to handle them all right. Although, let's actually just make sure these guys are set to defend front. That's important because they are defending. Wait. Why are both of the generals... Oh, God. Look. What's happened here? Transfer this commander. There you go. That's what it was originally. Then you defend. This is Il Defensor Diaz's idea. Can you blockade and starve them out? Well, the Navy is landing. We've got to stop them from landing, I think. In terms of you asking, can we just blockade the US? Maybe? I'm not sure that's actually going to help. What we need to do is we need to get their war... Oh, what's the situation here? We need to get their war support low. So their culture has high fervor, so that's going to be kind of annoying. Get out of here. Not the mainland, just the army. Yes, the army isn't actually the issue. They don't have enough flotillas to get all of these conscripted battalions down to Brazil. So if we can keep their navy at bay, their army will just not be an issue for us. It's not like we have to invade the US. We just have to kind of annoy them. We just have to stop them from landing. Is there a front that we can assign to now? There is. Okay. Assign you to the front. Assign you to the front. That's fine. And then let's just see what happens. But you can't let them land, then cut them off and let them all starve. We can fight the troops that have landed. They haven't brought a lot of troops in their battalions. Unless they get a lot more ships, we can fend off any army that they land. We just have to stop them from landing all of their troops over time. In fact, actually, this should work out pretty well for us. I think this does mean we can just kind of funnel them. We can just kind of beat them in a war of attrition, just fighting small divisions at a time. Let's see what happens. Okay, we've got a naval fight going on here. Looks like it's not going too well for us. Oh. What's the situation here? Ecuador was trying to help. Why do we keep getting these events while we're trying to do all this war stuff? Hello, non-stop naps. Yes to war. The populist base of the rural focus turned against the anti-Spanish organization. So they leave or they get negative pop attraction. I mean, I want them for the migration attraction, so... What's the anti-Spanish association doing? Oh no, we don't want you to leave that. We'll just give you the lower pop attraction. Don't worry about the populists. Let me worry about the populists. Okay, so the naval battle's not going great. We actually doing anything significant? Not really. Can I get you to retreat? Probably not, right? Are they actually destroying the ships now? Difficult to say. So, we lost a lot of men. That's not ideal. What's the Navy's situation at the moment? I guess just go back to Brazil. The manpower is depleted. Okay, so we're gonna have to fend off the actual troops then, because they're gonna start landing. How irritating. But yeah, so at least something exciting is happening today. I just kind of hope we're going to have a little bit more agency over our fate than to let the US just attack Bolivia. Oh, what's going on now? We got another wildfire? Perfect. I don't know what is going on with all these natural disasters. It's not good. Police brutality and minister raise. So we can either reduce the level of our law enforcement and get extra attraction, or get extra approval from these factions, or we can get extra approval from the armed forces. Wait, we can get extra approval from the armed forces? That would have been good. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Sorry. We need all the help we can get. Unfortunately, we have to get into +10 to get this +10 offensive defense bonus, which I don't think is going to happen. You know what? Oh, you have to land. Yeah, we don't have. There isn't actually an Argentina HQ we can land in. Oh, should we have gone to Peru instead? Are we going to bump into these guys? Probably are. It's not going to be any good, is it? I'll tell you what. Go. No. Go back. Go back. Oh, you're locked in. You have to go that way. Okay, we'll go. Can we try and just get you to hang out in the Atlantic and avoid these guys? Because we don't have any manpower, right? Just lost a load of sailors. What are you doing at the moment? You're just raiding convoys. Are you actually going to recover manpower while we're out at sea? That feels like it shouldn't happen. Oh, let's just try and land. We're probably not going to be able to wait them out. We don't want to go all the way to Africa to... We don't want to go all the way to Africa to actually just avoid the troops, do we? Is that going to be a load of attrition? I don't know. Maybe it won't be. Is that reasonable? I mean, we could try. Let's see if that gives us any attrition. Do we get naval attrition in this game? I feel like the answer might be no. What's going on here? We got a battle? Okay, so okay, here's the good news, right? Our troops are strong, we have good commanders, and they're only able to land a few troops at a time. So their troops are going to get wrecked in these fights. Our defense is strong, and they have a big manpower disadvantage. So if we could just keep fending off these invasions, perhaps we just park our navy, let it build up, and then we keep fighting them. But we should win every landing that they do. And also, once the troops actually lose the battle, that's probably going to take a little while because the combat is not particularly wide here. And maybe we'll be alright. I mean, this seems alright, doesn't it? I always think back to EU4, where you suffer a lot of naval attrition traveling in sea zones, but maybe that's not quite the case. Oh wow, look what's going on here. Yeah, we got wildfires, we got like all the all the encampments and whatnot. It's crazy. We should keep getting lots of these good fights though. So I'm not too worried about that then. We just need to keep an eye on other things going on. So long as we can actually station our... Oh, we have to go to the C node to station here. Oh. Well, that was a bit pointless then, wasn't it? I don't know. That feels kind of silly, doesn't it? We have this giant country and we can't land anywhere other than this one port. Isn't that a bit strange? Well, in that case, we really don't have a choice. I think we just got to try and land, haven't we, so we can get our manpower back. Is there an evasive maneuvers option here? Not really. Well, who knows? Maybe they won't attack us, but that's not great. We are building all these naval bases, though, so we should actually get something decent built. But I guess we've got to let the ships actually attach to the navy when it's actually in port. I'm learning about combat. I take it I'm the one being blockaded now. Well, I don't think they're really blockading us. I think they're raiding our convoys, but I don't think it's actually doing anything. Those are the orders that he's got. So if I hover over this, he's reducing the strength of our supply network. We can have a look at these armies and see... Okay, look, game. You're just going to have to let me select the army, right? Bolivian army. So if we look at the supply, I don't know. So we've got attrition. That's a fairly normal amount of attrition. Morale, manpower, supply. Yeah, the thing is, we're getting our supply over land. So them raiding our convoys doesn't actually affect us because we're literally land connected to Bolivia. Our supply route is going this way. Well, I really hope that you don't actually attack us. Just let us scooch by, please. Oh, they are just letting us scooch by. Good. I think I'm perhaps worried too much about that. Okay. So you should start to repair your manpower, and then we should start to fill this up with the other ships that we've made at all these naval bases, right? So let's leave that alone for now and see what happens. Now it looks like we're still winning these fights down here. Again, the width isn't very high, so we're not dealing with the invaders very quickly, but we are dealing with them efficiently. So they've suffered 20,000 casualties, we've suffered 10,000 casualties. So because our max military size is much smaller, we lose more war support because of casualties, even though we're taking less casualties, which does make sense. Interesting. Well, let's just leave it alone for now and see what happens. We'll keep building these naval bases. Looks like we're actually almost done on the naval bases. If we have a look at Rio. Buildings. Yeah, you're going up to 15 naval bases. And you're rehiring a population, because... Here's the thing as well. This is what our training rate is for, right? Isn't it? This is how quickly we can actually refill our naval bases. I'm beginning to think we have to spread these out. We got a naval invasion of Rio de Janeiro? What? Excuse me? What's going on here? Hello? Where are you going? Excuse me? Okay, well, I guess go back home. They've concluded that they weren't going to get into Bolivia. What's going to happen to your army? Did I need to do something different? Did I need to spread out these barracks to different states? I don't think I did. I don't think that's how this works. What's going on here? There's the Selknam are rising up against Argentinian colonization efforts. Okay. Interesting. That sea path to get to port was interesting. Had to be like 500 miles of unnecessary sailing. Yeah, I kind of probably didn't need to worry about that. Right, can I... Is there a front to deploy you to? I guess we're just gonna see what happens. Yeah, there's the army. Okay. Show me what's gonna happen, game. So, oh, we need legal guardianship enacted as well to... Oh no, we need to get rid of legal guardianship to actually get rid of this popularity penalty. Oh, that popularity penalty is why our legitimacy is so low, isn't it? It's normally like that helps a lot with this sort of thing, I think. Well, this is quite frustrating. Hidden communities. Small colonies, communities of fugitive slaves hidden away in the remote areas of Rio Grande do Sul have become targets of local slaveholders. You want to piss off the landowners more? Sure, why not? Actually, you're not angry anymore, are you? You won't be angry unless you get to -5, though, right? This means we could probably do another law now, right? Oh, from unhappy. Oh, right, so if they were happy, they wouldn't be resisting this as badly. Hmm. Okay, perhaps I shouldn't have done that then. Perhaps we should have just let them suffer. I don't know, maybe this will be alright. What's happened here with the Loyalists? The Loyalists have gone down a lot because of the war, I think. Which is not great. Well, our army should be able to handle those troops, right? It's not like they're sending more of these battalions down here. I'm just going to stay zoomed out. So we've got the front here, so let's put you on the front. There you go. There you go. Gonna get something happening over here. Bolivia is sending some troops as well. Are these Bolivia's troops? No, Ecuador's troops. Okay. There. Let's just let our naval manpower build up again. Before we do anything of that sort. What's going on with this navy? You're currently running coordinated attack. Okay. So what's the situation then? Are we just going to be in this big standoff while this is happening? I mean, I'm not too worried at the moment, if I'm going to be honest. Support more declared interests? Why? Is this because of whatever the situation is here? Oh, whatever. I'll declare it on Dixie. We're hemorrhaging. We're hemorrhaging money because of the cost of all these military goods that we've upgraded our troops with. But it kind of had to happen, hadn't it? Right. What's going on here then? So we got defense. That's good. Again, this just looks like a case where we should easily win this fight. Our combat width isn't using all of our troops at the moment, but that's probably fine. Again, we've got these guys set to defend, so they get the bonus on that. Thomas Jackson's invading us. Fun. I don't know. I think we'll be alright, but this does seem like it's going to be one of those annoying sort of forever wars where they keep just throwing men at us and we keep losing men. I can see that Serbian mass migration we had didn't do very much, mostly because the Serbian population was not very high to begin with. The most annoying thing about this is I don't think mass migrations can happen while we're at war. Maybe we should have just given them Bolivia, but I don't want to give them Bolivia, damn it. We deserve nice things. Yes, please keep fighting and losing all of your men. That will make me feel better. Yeah, so we're kind of paying a lot of money for this, but it at least is going in our favor. We've got moderate rainfall. This is a good one. Good. What are our military shipyards up to? Because obviously we just built a load of naval bases for these new ships. Is this okay? Nobody's here. Why isn't anyone actually making mana wars? Are we just trading all of these? What? Why are we not using any of them? Is this just because our manpower is depleted? Something else weird going on? Maybe once we're done building all these naval bases, they'll start doing something? I don't know. I mean, this isn't actually going that badly. Frankly, the more pressing thing is I've got to get this actual military spending under control now. Which we will do soon. This is definitely a case of we need to build more iron mines, so that needs to get bumped up the list after all. I'm gonna have to get them to... I'm gonna have to get them to defer this standard of living thing. I'm not sure we're gonna hit it in time when we're doing all this military building. Yeah, just keep building these. Right, what's going on? You're done. You're not actually gonna fight us anymore? You're traveling to Senegal. Right, so they're going to Africa. Why are they going to Africa? In any case, we did repel the invasion, so that's good. I mean... Can we do anything to this? Can we not just... Can we just fight them while they're there? Not really sure what's going on here. Maybe if we set you to... We set you to a... I don't know. There isn't a front there. Can't just get you to hunt this random army. I presume this army isn't actually here and it's just on the way to Senegal. Yeah, okay. War in this game is weird. Oh, you're invading Bolivia again. Oh, how creative. I think we can just move one army over. Both armies aren't fighting at once. This way we can actually defend both of them without having to move a load of armies around. This shouldn't actually affect any of this fighting. War in this game is really weird, I think. I'm annoyed that the trade unions are giving us this work to rule thing as well. Irksome. Right. Are we nearly finished with these naval bases? We are nearly finished with these naval bases. That's good. We're building more trade centers, building more sulfur mines. We do actually have a... Yeah, so we have an arms industry. This is going well. Looks like we're building another one in Rio. We have another one queued up. But the problem is... Wait, why is hardwood so expensive? Oh, because we've only got Mato Grosso on it. Okay, this is probably a sign that I actually need to go and set some of these other states to it as well then. That's probably fine. So, which ones do we want to do? Yeah, let's go in here. So, we could do Pará. I'm pretty sure I'm doing these like one lumber camp at a time. Well, that's the aim anyways. Oh, I really did build these everywhere except for Amazonas, didn't I? Let's do one in Pará. That's fine. Set you to focused hardwood production. There you go. So now we should have plenty of hardwood for that. I guess, actually, what we should do is we should also bump the arms factory up here. So, let's do that after the iron mines. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Artillery is expensive as well, so if we go here... Hold on. I probably should not unpause the game while we're looking in that view, right? While we're at war. Do we have an artillery foundation? Foundry, we do. Okay. You're hiring, that's good. Obviously, it costs a lot of iron as well. We just need to get the cost of iron down, and then all of our other costs should fall too. Okay. So, obviously the war has cost the US more in terms of military goods. Our cost has been relatively low. But overall, the amount of dead and wounded has been similar, mostly because we lost a load in that naval battle. Although, it seems like there's been a lot of losses due to attrition as well. Whereas the US losses are mostly just from battle. That's kind of weird. I'll need to think about that. Alright, deploy to front. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. But beggars can't be choosers. Why does the US even want Bolivia? It's literally like smack dab in the middle of South America. You know what? I bet it's just because of this one province on the coast here that has, if we look, Well, it has gold and has sulfur. So maybe that's why they're doing it. That's very funny. In the meantime, our power block cohesion's going up a little bit. We need to improve relations with Cispal and Arta. Okay, do that. This is the other thing about being at war, is I need to not forget to do all these other little things. Is there a little treaty I can give you? Let's do some of this. There you go. Enjoy. I mean, at least no one's been leaving our power block. I guess. Yeah, the US isn't going to win any of these fights. Right? No. Good. Get out of here. No touchy. Right, we have built the naval bases, so it looks like the ships are actually joining the flotillas now. That's good. So I'm imagining this is going to rapidly raise the cost of man of wars. Oh, I know what's happening. We're getting more interests. We're getting more interests because our prestige is going up. Maybe? Because we're building up our military? Possible. But yeah, as long as we don't see any blue bars, I don't think there's anything necessarily to worry about. It's irritating, because while this is happening, we're losing all of these loyalists. We're getting more radicals because of our low legitimacy, which I don't believe I can currently do anything about. Seems like we just need to improve electoral confidence. This penalty keeps growing. In fact, actually, let's have a look at this. Yeah, this multiplier is increasing, so the neutralizing effect we had on electoral confidence is decreasing. Oh, because it's the time modifiers. Yeah, that makes sense. We're just going to increase electoral confidence again, then. Perhaps I shouldn't have tanked it in the first time. Hello, Shen. How are you doing? How are you on this fine day? I'm sorry you're still ill. The US has declared war on us because they wanted to take Bolivia, who is our subject. They're trying to naval invade us, but they can't actually send enough military units down. Although, it looks like the size of their military presence here is now increased to 26 troops. They managed to combine two of their armies. So perhaps we will mobilize you and get you down here as well. But they can't get the conscripted battalions over to Bolivia fast enough to actually cause any issues. So I'm not overly worried. Looks like they've stopped the naval invasion there again. Really? So where are you going then? You're going to Utah, Arizona. War in Victoria is really weird. I mean, okay, look. Come back to Brazil then. I would rather you just not suffer the attrition if we don't have to. We're not chasing them all the way to Arizona. Yeah, these guys are actually on ships. They're walking from Chile to Utah. No, they're not. They're going in their boats. The game just has a funny way of showing it. So, we tried stopping them from landing with our ships, but we didn't have quite enough ships. We had some better commanders, but it didn't quite work out. And so we lost a lot of naval manpower. So we're recovering that, but until then, we're just having to deal with these invasions when they land. And the good news is the US is losing war support. That's good. We have said that we're going to humiliate them if they give up. So that will lower their prestige. And presumably lower the impact they're going to have on our power block. Other than that, we're just Brazil doing Brazil things. This standard of living thing is going to time out fairly soon. And the annoying thing is, because we're actually committing to this war and trying to, you know, get our military good cost down, we're having some issues with that. So I may just have to defer this, which is going to piss off the industrialists. Which is mildly annoying. Because they're giving us an infrastructure boost at the moment, which we're using because we don't actually have railroads. Extra conscriptable battalions. That's not useful to us. What tech are we researching again? We're researching nationalism? Yeah, great. Okay. We're doing that for the extra authority, actually. That is useful. Is it probably worth us switching to military techs once we've done that? Maybe. Yeah, they're naval invading again. So... gonna have to go back here then. Well, something's happening today, but it's not what we wanted to happen. We're just paying through the nose for all these military goods. Because we just upgraded all of our troops. But that has been handy because it means we're actually fighting them off. We're running low on man of wars. Yeah, of course we're running low on man of wars. Our military shipyard has to actually do something. So if we go back here... everyone left because it wasn't doing anything. So please come back now. At least we managed to make hardwood a bit cheaper now. But this cost is going to keep increasing, isn't it? We're exporting a lot of it as well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Well, you know what then? Let's actually take our... let's actually take our logging camps in the other states with the bonus. The 25% bonus here. And we'll hook them up to hardwood as well. Because it is the prestige hardwood too. So we want that to be Maranhão and Goiás, or however it's pronounced. Yeah, the productivity is still pretty good on these. So we should just do this. That's probably going a little bit overboard, but we're exporting some. So we probably should just do it like that anyways. This is going to mean that our wood short... well, our wood deficit is going to increase, but we're producing so much regular softwood that I don't think it's going to be a huge issue. We really just need to get this military cost down. We are getting a mass migration. Great. Our Power Bloc bonus is being useful for something. So even though we're at war, people are migrating to Pernambuco. Which is... oh, which one is it again? Game has decided to be quite laggy today as well, which is annoying me. I don't know why. It's this one. Good. More people! More people to fight the US. Yeah, I really didn't think this is what we were going to be doing today. Thankfully, I think war support is starting to go down a fair bit. Yeah, because they've taken a lot of casualties now compared to their military size. I mean, so have we, to be fair. But their penalty is going down faster. Mostly because they've lost most of the battles. That's making a big difference to this. So this is good. I think this means that we're going to succeed with the war. Which means we don't need to make any more ships or military units. But we do need to get our debt under control. Because we're not growing our economy as fast as we like. Because we're prioritizing all this military production instead. Good news is we are building some iron mines. So that should help with this deficit. It's causing us some issues. In the meantime, the private constructors from our company are building more trade centers. We're building some more gold mines. That's good. Yeah, we just got to get these costs down, because just so much money for military goods. But yeah, they can't win these fights. They do not have enough technology to get into this entrenched position where we outnumber them. Even though the combat width isn't very high. And it's probably a good thing the combat width isn't very high. Also, look at the beard on this dude. General Quincy Wank. Wank, wank, wank. That's like Gunther from Adventure Time, right? Yeah, get out of here. Nobody likes you. Well, everyone loves gold. Are there any other private constructions going on? You're going to build livestock ranches, you're going to build an arts academy. Interesting. I don't want the industrialists to fall out of favor with us, because We'll get a big penalty if this doesn't work. Oh, we gained a mandate. Good. Let's spend it. Glad we're actually unlocking some mandate. Yeah, now we've actually got 40 cohesion. We're starting to get some good mandate progress again. So, we want freedom of movement too, right? Where is that? Going blind? It's here. Yeah, if we pick this, that's going to give us 50% more mass migration attraction, which is what's going to encourage these mass migrations to begin with. And then the third one allows migration within the Power Bloc and gives us some production methods for the arts academies and the university that also increase migration attraction. So I think we just want to keep doing this. Yeah, we'll do that for now. Keep it nice and simple. But yes, these Europeans do seem to be moving here even though we're at war, so I'm pleased about that. And I think we will start to get these goods under control as well. Thankfully, this debt is not very expensive. Even though we're quite far up to our credit limit, the interest is not actually that high compared to other things. So I feel pretty good about that. And yeah, this should taper off. Also, Armada, once we get our manpower back, let's just wait until this gets back to full strength, then we can crush their navies. The following war goals were enforced on Peru. What? Did Peru leave the war? Did they white peace Peru? I guess they just white peaced Peru. Okay. Yeah. That's interesting. Not that Peru was instrumental to what we're doing here. I don't think that scuppers us for any of these fights. Yeah, this was a really bad plan. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the USA just invading a country that they really didn't have a good plan of how they were actually going to exert long-term control over the area? Can you imagine? I'm not going to get political, but you can see what's happening. Ridiculous. Right, the good news is we're making more iron mines. I think we can actually speed 4 this. I'm not really sure I want to speed 4 this, because I want to pay attention and not miss something important happening, but it feels like we don't need to necessarily worry about the war. But this, we've got illegitimate government now. That's really not good. Is there anything we can do about this? No, there's no legitimate government option. At least not until the next election. We're just getting hammered by electoral confidence and ideological incompatibility. I mean, we can lower taxes, but then we're just going to have a huge issue with... we're just going to have a huge issue with debt then. Looks like they've stopped their naval invasion. Okay, come back here then. Are we just going to keep doing this for the next, like, 5 years? You've now lost 24,000 troops. You're doing a naval invasion here. Okay, good. We got a Colombian National Awakening in Cundinamarca. Okay, I don't think that affects us. This is going to time out very soon. Let's just announce delay. This adds another 3 years to this timeout, but it gives us -1 approval from the industrialists. But maybe we can still do this in 3 years. The private sector is building things to help people. Obviously, we really need to focus on getting our military expenditure down. But I don't know, that's fine. We could probably do both. Or, because, oh, it's actually gone green because we weren't building very much then. Oh, because we just finished the construction. We could just pause construction, private construction, if we really wanted to. Chile has established the colony of Chile and Patagonia. Nice, nice. How's the cohesion doing? Can we keep increasing this? Are we actually going to be able to get to... Are we actually going to be able to get to 50 cohesion with Bolivia? We need to decrease your liberty desire. It is going down, which is good. I could give you investment rights. Do we have any interest groups that say otherwise? Yeah, I'm happy to spend the influence on this. Liberty desire is low elsewhere. We could also puppet Argentina soon. That would be nice, wouldn't it? How's your liberty desire? Yeah, this is going down quickly enough. Oh no, they're already a puppet. We want to puppet Bolivia, but that's not going to happen anytime soon. We could puppet Cisplatina. Do we want to do this? So that increases their liberty desire by 10. Maybe we just do that later. Cisplatina is not doing a huge amount for us. It's not that important. We don't want to scupper things with Bolivia because of these guys. You're in South America, which is America, so clearly you should be part of the USA already, and they're just trying to reassert their rightful authority. True. Very true. Right, let's just ensure that you're actually on the front, right? You are on the front, but I just want to make sure. There you go. Beat him up. Right, the landowners are no longer unhappy with us, right? Now, obviously, we have an illegitimate government. This means we can't pass laws without having a movement, which is irritating. Oh, this would depend on their actual status after we implement the law. Okay, that makes sense. Well, we can't worry about this now until the legitimacy gets sorted. So let's not actually worry about that until we do the election. And then we just let the election go as it goes. Just to improve our legitimacy. Yeah, population's still going up. That's good. You're actually gonna fight us then? Yeah. Yeah, show me the battle. You fools. Yeah, you fools, you've engaged our whole army here. We got 49 defense. What are you even doing? You're lost? Yeah, you're lost. General Quincy Wank. Get out of here. Wank, wank, wank. So the war should be fine. We're just waiting to build all of this stuff. Did I put the... Oh, you know what I should do as well? Let's actually take road maintenance out of Bahia and put it in Mato Grosso while we're building this iron mine, because that's going to help with that penalty. In fact, are we actually at the point where I should just recommend that we actually put one in Amazonas as well, and then we build the lumber camp there at some point? I mean, let's just have a look at what we're actually doing. Pará. We could put one in Pará. Yeah, let's do that. This is something I don't like to do, is just micromanage road maintenance everywhere, but the 10% bonus is pretty good. I can't believe we're doing this. We're just at war with the US. And we're winning, to be fair. Because they don't know how to send all of these conscripted battalions here, so they're just getting very bored. I believe that's how wars usually go. Isn't it in real life? I don't know. We're having fun beating them up anyways. That was a pretty small battle. Good. We got baking powder. Do we want baking powder? Are you actually winning? Seems to be like they're losing on their own. Well, they keep attacking us and failing. So that counts as us winning, doesn't it? Do we have a food industry? Am I making groceries? No, not yet. We'll think about that when we actually build that building. Standard of living is actually just going up. That's good. Maybe we will actually get this target in 3 years, even though we're just militarizing our country. That would be nice. Oh, I know what's going on here. We're getting people coming over from the mass migrations with a higher standard of living, maybe. What's going on here, then? Catholic Church petitioned government. They petitioned us for religious schools. Well, I don't want the legitimacy penalty, do I? We'll be unable to reform our government while we have a petition. Well, we can't do that. We're just going to have to reject this and take the penalty. Great! I love having low legitimacy. Good. Right. I think we can fight these guys now. I'm going to tell this navy to sod off. Yeah, we've got 12 light ships, 6 capital ships. You're on coordinated offense. The manpower, we've got a lower manpower, but, like, it's still fine. Just beat up the ships. If we can just get rid of all their flotillas, that should really stop them from being a nuisance, right? We actually engage them. Right, the election is happening. So, we've got to improve electoral confidence. This is very important for legitimacy now. It wasn't important earlier, but that penalty stacked up quickly. So, let's just let the election happen. This means we're going to get a lot of random events that I'm going to need to keep an eye on. You should start a fight at some point, right? Partisan papers. Party-affiliated newspapers have been proliferating. Who the heck do we actually... Okay, let's have a look at the actual election campaign results here, right? Who's got momentum? So... I don't think we care about this party. Not really. The rural folk. Paper mills throughput? We're making a lot of paper, aren't we? Well, I'm sure we are. Let's just do that. Make paper cheaper. Go for it. That sounds like a good plan. This has increased to 20%, so our legitimacy penalty is decreased. Good. Oh, you're doing a naval invasion there now? Great. Is this why the Navy isn't actually attacking here? You know what? I'm going to go station you in Bolivia. Let's see how that goes. And then we're going to move you back here. We got a Romanian mass migration. We got 2 on the go at once. Nice. This is actually going well on that front. Hopefully this gets the standard of living above the threshold where it becomes annoying, right? Let's see. We got a load of torrential rains. Not good. So in terms of proposing a peace deal, we could propose white peace. I don't really care about humiliating the US. So we're currently on white peace, and they've got negative 43 agreement to it. So I don't think their war support has to go all the way to 0 for them to agree to a white peace, but we might as well humiliate them for all the effort they've actually put into this, into these shenanigans, and how much debt they've caused us to accumulate. Rent in this economy. Damn. What's going on here? So we can reduce their momentum, get extra Catholic pop attraction. Increase their momentum and get less Catholic attraction or top movement attraction. You know what? Let's actually just get rid of the momentum from this party that we don't want doing anything. That, I think, makes sense. I want the non-landowners party to get in. I think. Probably, if we're going to try and do these laws. We got an iron shortage now. Okay, great. Keep building these iron mines, then. Good that our population keeps increasing, but we'll see what happens. Let's have a look at the migration map mode quickly. We've got optimal sunlight. Good. I'm concluding that Brazil is just large. We've actually got a mass migration going on in Bolivia as well with the French Occitan people. That's interesting. These two mass migrations don't seem to be a huge culture. I think the biggest thing that makes a difference with mass migrations is the size of the actual culture that's migrating. Because we had that really big one when it was just straight up French people, like normal French people. What happened here? Why'd that event go away? We couldn't even click on it. We got Central Archives. So this gives us extra taxation capacity, extra home affairs institution investment. Oh, we want that. We really want this because this mitigates these environmental effects. Okay. It also gives us standardization or standardized filing systems. So what we could do, no, not the paper mills. Ignore the paper mills. Go to government administrations. So we could set a couple of these to standardized filing systems. This consumes twice as much paper, but it gives us 50% more... Is it 50% more bureaucracy? No, it's only 15 extra bureaucracy. That's no good. That's not very good at all. I mean, how much paper do we actually have? We still have fairly expensive paper. I'm definitely better off just actually making another 2 government administrations for this, right? I guess we'll just put them in Rio because that's where the economy of scale is going to kick in. So let's actually bump those up because they're pretty cheap to build anyways. And then put that iron mine on top. And I'll leave road building in the other place because this won't take very long. Oh, you know what? If we're actually going to bother micromanaging this, we might as well micromanage it. Yeah, get those built, and then we can just get extra protection from natural disasters. That seems very important. Come on, standard of living. Oh, this is so much debt. But even if it gets all the way to our credit limit and we go bankrupt, the interest is not actually huge. We can solve this by pausing construction, I think. If we need to. Right, deploy to front. I mean, at least we're having a proper war, right? Not just a one-sided war. They got rid of Ecuador. Yeah, they're just white piecing everyone else. They're getting tired. What's going on here? Law and order. The Conservative Party's campaigned on the platform of more policing. So we can either give them momentum or give these guys momentum. I don't want them to have more momentum, do I? But the thing is, we get more legitimacy from having a party that has momentum in government. And currently, even with their lowered momentum than before, they're still in the lead. They're kind of just generally split. I guess I'll give them more momentum then. So I'll go back to where they were. I'm not sure that's the right call or not. We got nationalism, so we got extra authority. That's good. Does that mean we can do another decree? No. Great. Okay. Techs. So, power of the purse gives us extra naval training rate. So that could be useful, potentially. What? Do we actually have any tech bonuses? I don't believe we do as Brazil. Are there any other society techs that we want? This one just gives us more prestige. That could be nice. I think extra infrastructure is really important. We're running low on infrastructure in a few places now. And reduced flood. Have we been having any floods? I don't think we've been generally having floods, but I think the extra infrastructure is going to be the most useful thing to us at the moment, so let's do that. Yeah, arts academies are nice. They make a good amount of profit, generally. Because fine art is so expensive compared to paper. Obviously not great if you're consuming a load of paper. Okay, this is bad. So now this number has gone red, which means we're actually in the negative even if we cancel construction. Or even if we pause construction and just let it be private industry. So that means we actually need to sort something out, probably. That's probably going to be lowering military wages. I think. Do we want to do that while we're still fending them off, though? Probably not, right? I'm not sure we can get away with raising taxes. I think this is just going to cause us to get too many radicals. Because our legitimacy will be too low. We could probably... Let's see. We could probably lower the prestige again. We need this interest rate to be low, though. That's fine. We could take the prestige penalty as well. We just gotta not get in debt. I think that's actually fine for now. We'll leave that for now. This actually isn't giving offense. This is giving morale recovery. I think we can lower this to the middle as well. Oh, you lost another bonus somehow. So we've lost the bonus from the intelligentsia. And from the rural folk? Oh, you had that one as well. I'm not sure that was related to this, though. The rural folk aren't affected by government wages, are they? Something else going on, maybe. Loyalists, maybe? That's the problem when your loyalists go down. Your approval for the other groups goes down as well. We've got Ecuadorian Peruvian rivalry. We got 44 cohesion. Okay. Oh, the cohesion's going to start going down because we've reduced our prestige gain. We're just above the threshold where we would fall into major power by lowering our wages that much. Well, let's keep an eye on that. What are you moving here? What? Isn't this naval invasion still happening? You just gonna try again? This war is so annoying. It's just irritating. I'm not pleased. This has really stunted our economic growth. Upgrading our troops was really expensive. We got an East Indian Power Bloc? Wait. East India is free? That's hilarious. Is this actually the East India Company and it's just declared independence on Britain while we were just fighting the Americans. That's hilarious. They're antagonistic towards us. Okay, looks like the Conservative Party got in. Hold on. Yeah, that's very interesting. Need to upgrade the troops again later. I don't think so. We could reduce the amount, but I think once you upgrade them, you can't downgrade them. I think ultimately we do just want to have the army, but we're just going to have to construct the infrastructure to handle it, and we can do that. It's not a huge army. It's just we've upgraded it before we kind of wanted to, but frankly, having a big army will help us keep the power bloc together, and it will help stop the US from trying to friggin' invade us again. Now let's reform the government. Oh god, we can't reform the government. Oh god. You could add the armed forces to government. I mean... There's a lot of ideological incompatibility going on there. I'm beginning to think we shouldn't have tanked Electoral Confidence. That probably was not actually worth it. These parties are just also just ass. Well, that's irritating. Yeah, these radicals are going up a lot. How are you even going to solve that situation? Oh, it's the Anti-Spanish Association. We need to keep damaging relations with Spain, right? We have damaged them with Spain. We embargo Spain? We are embargoing Spain. But what else are we supposed to do? We are rivals with Spain, aren't we? Yes. How irksome. We're still crushing them in the war. So that's good. The US have colonized Oklahoma. Nice. Good job. Looks like our literacy is starting to plateau a bit. I think that's because we're getting the big mass migration in, though. So maybe I'll keep those decrees going for now. What? India just exploded? Oh, it did! True. That does happen sometimes. Yeah, East India's gone. I was going to say, I don't think the East India Company normally holds on to this when they go independent. Nice. Will China explode as well? We're going to have utter chaos? Yeah, we've got the British Republic here. They got rid of Victoria quite a while ago. Some weird stuff happening. Looks like Russia is getting invaded by Russia. That's funny. I don't know, maybe we're getting off fairly lightly with this war. Argentina's still doing a good job colonizing. That's good. Should we actually just add... I think at this point, maybe I'm just going to add... reduce autonomy on Cisplatina. That will increase your liberty desire to 56. Yeah, let's just do it. Puppet acquired. The cohesion's going to go down to 37. That's fine. So we want Guatemala to have improved relations. Let's make sure we're improving relations with Central America. I'm beginning to think we shouldn't have actually added Central America to our power block because they're not really doing anything for us. There you go, have fun. We don't have any infamy anymore, by the way. Yeah, we got, let's see, we got a few different wars going on now. Bavarian Revolt. I'm very glad that the US couldn't put together a good invasion. The thing is, we can just pause construction and let the private construction go for a while to reduce our deficit. Ah, here we go. The US are asking for peace. So here's the question. Do we want to let them off the hook, or do we want to actually humiliate them? Because their prestige is... Their rank is 4. We do want to lower this if we can. What would it take? Because obviously at the moment... Oh, wait, can we... Okay, let's press this war goal. Can we press this war goal? Why can't we press this? Oh, we have to control an American state to press this. Ah, fuck that. Okay, alright. Now, okay, so the good news is we can get out of this war. We can't humiliate them because we'd have to invade the US, which I don't want to do. The funny thing is... No, we definitely couldn't because they could just send all their conscripts to come beat us up. That would never work. So, we're just going to have to do it. But yeah, look, so as a player, we lost 8,000 people and 19,000 got wounded. But the US lost 39,000 people and 79,000 got wounded. So the wounded will sometimes return to active service, and sometimes they'll end up as dependents in your country instead of working people. But the dead people are dead. So we definitely came off better. Yeah, let's accept white peace. Get them out of here. Get them out of here. Yeah. We've still got Bolivia. Yeah, get wrecked. Right. Here's what we're doing. Because we know that you're a bit of a pushover, because of how war seems to work in this game, I'm going to rival you. Get out of here. Give me more influence. And then we'll improve more relations down here, I guess. Let's actually just do it here as well. That's fine. Good. Okay. We formed the Spanish-Brazilian Society in Spain. Interesting. Well, good for them. Right. Okay, so the good news is we're no longer at war, which means we can lower our military wages again. Now, prestige is something I need to think about. So let's lower it one step at a time. See what effect that has. That seems fine. And then what if we lower it again? Do we care about the armed forces approval? Not anymore. So let's see what effect that has on our prestige. Okay, we're just above the threshold. To be fair, we do have a year if we go below the threshold, so that's fine. So that's going to save us some money. And now we're just going to start building things again. I do really want to make sure we're supplying our military. That is important to me. And then what's going on with our navy? Our navy is just parked up. Oh no, let's park our navy back at Brazil now. That's fine. And then our army is traveling to Brazil. Okay, that's good. Okay, good. Right, let's get the iron price down, and then let's keep working on some other things. We've got to try and get the standard of living sorted out now. Looks like we got more interests again. That's interesting. Haha. You know what? Just... Sure. Do I want an interest in India? Do I want to do anything in India? I don't know. You know what? I probably should actually... Am I actually going to do anything over here? Possibly not. Let's actually put some interest in India, just in case we end up doing something with that. Now that India has exploded and we can exert power over it. Potentially. The only thing that we really need is silk, though. We have everything else in South America, which is why I'm not overly fussed about that at the moment. We're getting Circassian people immigrating. Okay, so this level 2 of the Power Bloc bonus has really, really helped us. We're getting a lot of migration now. I think that probably means I'm probably at the point where I'm going to turn off promote social mobility. I'm going to turn off road maintenance. Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll leave it in Para. Are you still building in Para? You are. Okay. Let's actually activate the greener grass campaign. Get more migration attraction going on. And we want to attract them to the most populated states. That will do. So that will increase our overall migration attraction quite a lot. And this should help bring more people in, and then that should increase our population, and then we can do more things. Right? So yeah, we've currently got Circassians, and then we got Romanians. And if we go to mass migration attraction, our country's got a really high rating now. We've got an average rating of 89.3. That's really good. So if there are any mass migrations going on, they should be coming to Brazil. So let's let that happen. Let's see how many mass migrations we can stack now that we're at peace. I think that will help a lot. I hope we could do this, but I'm not sure. The good news is we're earning money again. Is there a standard of living decree you can have on short term to finish the thing, or a standard of living only a long term thing? Well, we could activate welfare laws. We did get some extra bureaucracy because we built some government things. We don't have access to welfare laws at the moment. We could increase the health system strength. That's a good one to do. Each level costs 60, so we could do that, and we could do the reduced hazard harvest condition impact. So let's do both of those now that we have the bureaucracy for it. We could do more law enforcement as well. Do we want more law enforcement? Less radicals from political movements? Maybe. I'm going to leave it for now. So, iron and ammunition. Now, let's have a look at our trade situation. Now we really just need to focus on our economic situation. Do we actually have any munitions plant? We have sulfur. We can make munitions, I'm sure. Shouldn't be too hard. How's our arms industry doing? You're not very productive anymore. We made enough of that. And iron is expensive. Okay, that's fine. So we don't need to worry about the arms industry. That's fine. Move you down then. And then we'll build the textile mills and the furniture. It's probably a good plan for standard of living, isn't it? Military shipyards is filling up. This is fine. That's going to keep getting more demand, but we'll have a look at that when we get to it. Artillery demand is decreasing again. That's fine. What else then? What am I thinking about? North Germans. Oh, that's good, maybe. Let's go to the migration overlay and have a look at that. Let's build, if we actually go here, let's build an ammunition factory. Munition plant. So this requires explosives and lead. Oh, we can't make explosives. We don't have the tech for making explosives. Well, we're just going to have to keep importing it then. So, let's go to trade. So, what's this current situation? Can we switch this to just military goods? Yes. Okay, so we're max subventing this. We're buying it from the US after all of this. We're buying it from the US. I think we're just going to have to put up with this, because we can't make our own munitions. We can import the explosives, but that's just, I don't know. Is it cheaper to import explosives rather than ammo? I don't think so. Not really. I mean, if we have a look at it here as well, we're turning 20 explosives and 20 lead into 50 ammo. We could build it. It's 80 construction, though, or 800 construction, so that's going to take a while to build. And if we're going to hit the standard of living target that I kind of promised in 2 years, it's not going to happen. So let's just keep importing ammunition for now. Iron we can still get cheaper. Let's have a look at the iron mines. This one isn't built yet. That's fair enough. Tools are expensive too, which is decreasing the productivity on iron, but all of our iron mines are still full, so I don't think that's necessarily an issue. Let's go back to focusing on standard of living for now. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. I'm so sad about this government situation. Should I just add the armed forces? Yeah. No. No. The lower legitimacy gets, the worse it's going to get in terms of radicals. Bolivia has retreated from that treaty. Okay. You're feeling rebellious now. Why? Your liberty desire is still lowering. Can we improve relations with you? No, we are still improving relations. We just defended you from the US. Did you secretly want to be invaded by the US? We do a treaty with you? No. Okay. I mean, the good news is we're making money again. Like, we're building stuff where we're actually making money, so that's nice. Our debt is quite large now. I want to start paying it off. Obviously, iron is too expensive for us to really commit to doing the iron frame construction yet, which is kind of annoying. Because we really need to get our construction speed up to keep industrializing quickly. Let's go to the migration overlay, because that's going to help me feel better. See where all these people come in from. You'll know when it actually happens, because it's going to go, like, really green. Yeah, here we go. We're receiving all sorts of people today. The Contagious Diseases Act. The Catholic Church in Rio, led by Nilo de Castro, demanding the government takes a stance on prostitution. Blimey. So this reduces standard of living for 20 years, great, and gives us Catholic approval, or we lose Catholic approval. Let's lose Catholic approval then. Don't do it. Looks like we're building more logging camps. At least the private construction is doing something. Always nice when they're actually doing something. Having a good company really helps for useful private construction. And yeah, I'm glad we're paying off this deficit now. Taxes are doing quite well. The other thing is, about getting all these mass migrations, is more people means more taxes. So this is helping us. The influx of foreign investment from the Ottoman Empire has aroused fears amongst nationalist groups. Have they ever built anything? They have! They built something. What did they build? They built 6 things. What did they build then? Does it say? Can you show me they built? I mean, I can have a look. Owners. Has building levels with non-Brazilian owners. Okay, there we go. No, I only care about my stuff. So, looks like the... What's going on here? Okay, so... The Ottoman aristocracy is building maize farms, tobacco plantations, and... Are these trade centers from a company? Are they from my company? No, they're from the Ottomans too. That's fine. What do we care about? Do we want an anti-Ottoman lobby? Oh, well, we don't really have a choice. Okay. So the armed forces are now in the anti-Ottoman lobby. Well, then, can we get rid of our treaty? How long has it been? Get rid of this in 16 months. Okay. Sure. Great. So I guess we've lost that authority bonus. Not that that really mattered. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's just sit on butt time and accept all these mass migrations. I mean, that is good. But we've still got this awful legitimacy situation. Oh, wait. Has this improved? No. But yeah, until this legitimacy situation improves, we can't even try and do legal guardianship. Even though... Or we can't even do property of women. Ah, it's annoying. Obviously, we can improve legitimacy by reducing taxes, but that's not going to help us. But yeah, there's quite a lot of demand for clothes. There's a huge amount of demand for furniture. So I think after the textile mills, that'll do. We're getting a load of Breton people now. We got Bretons. We got North Germans. We got Circassians. Looks like our fervor still isn't high enough for the Solistas. Wait. No, it is. The Ragamuffin War has ended, and Solista cultural turmoil in Solista homelands has been reduced to 10%. So that's these, right? Is it this one? Hold on, let's have a look. Solistas. Let's have a look at this. So if we go to Solista, where is your homeland? Do you have a homeland? You did 4. Oh, it's these ones. Oh, right, okay. So if we have a look in here, cultural turmoil. So your cultural turmoil is 10% at the moment. Why is that? It feels like this should be very easy to solve. Can we hover over this and see what's going on with this? It's just radicals. We just need to reduce the number of radicals we have. It's Rio Grande do Sul. We need to reduce the number of radicals down here. Well... I mean, what's the situation then? I think we just need to better distribute goods down here, and that should solve that issue. We're building a the textile mill in Pirana. That's up north, isn't it? Oh no, that's here. That should help then, right? We're getting more North Germans? Okay. Shouldn't have tanked legitimacy. Yeah. So the reason the legitimacy tanked was because of the Electoral Confidence modifier. That's really what's doing us in. Like, we've got 2 big negative penalties. We've not got a lot of positive to balance it out. But we can improve Electoral Confidence over time. It's the ideological incompatibility that's going to be the big issue. But I'm going to have a big think about how we actually solve that. We're building a furniture factory in Pirana. Are we just building all of this in Pirana? If we keep building nice things in Pirana, that will reduce their turmoil, right? So perhaps we just bump up anything on this list that was in Piranha. Coal mines. I mean, this state is the one with the most turmoil as well, isn't it? Let's have a look at local prices. So fruit seems quite high. Fabric seems quite high. Well, none of these really seem that high. Fish? I mean, we could sort fish out, couldn't we? That'd be pretty quick. We haven't generally built a load of fishing wharves, have we? We could build one here quickly. That shouldn't be too hard, right? I think this is in my interest to do. This will be done quicker than that as well. You're building more paper mills, you're building more lumber camps. That's good, I guess. Go to map. This is going to time out in 1 year and 7 months. Well, at least we haven't had a load of chaos with the power block today, right? That's good. This is actually progressing pretty well now, I think. We're just going to keep sorting out Bolivia. I really don't want to do knowledge transfer. I think we're just doing as much as we can already do in Bolivia. This is decreasing by minus 0.08. I mean, potentially we could just decrease our power projection again, and that would reduce faster, but this debt is a little too high, considering how much we're paying for all these military goods. The revolution in Canada? What? Oh, this little bit. There. Okay, GDP's going back up, that's good. Population's really going up now. The migration is paying off. Yeah, look at this. That's good. 4 different migration targets. We just got to get a really big culture from a really big country, and then we'll be well set. But this is going really well anyways. This is as big as our big spike from last time. We get North Germans from Frankfurt. Good. Although, now I'm starting to worry that perhaps our population is going to go up so high that we can't control the standard of living. And I'm still very well aware that our construction's quite small. We'll need to build another government administration as well. I'll build that in Rio too. I'm going to get rid of the road maintenance now that we're not building in Pará, and we're going to do another... we're going to do another greener grass campaign. Just get more people come to the coast. It's clearly working now. Yeah, see, ammunition's gone down in price now. That's good. Let's do Indochina. I'm still not sure why our interests keep increasing, but that is ultimately good for us. Is this... We're getting Mexicans as well. They're coming from the United States to Miniscarays. Oh, that's really funny. That's really funny. They saw us beat them up in the war and they're like, yes, we'll come join you. I'm thinking perhaps we solve our legitimacy crisis by changing our voting law. Get rid of... Let's see. So if we hover over this, right? Get rid of electoral clientelism. Census suffrage seems like one that we could actually do. Universal suffrage seems like it's going to be too much. Positivist movement goes to militant. What is the positivist movement? What do these guys even want? They support society founded on technocratic and anti-clericalist lines, but disdaining both the arbitrary power of monarchs and the fickle whims of the public. I see. But if we did census suffrage, they would go to militant. Oh, so we can't do this because the positivist movement would be too strong. And then if we do technocracy, no one wants technocracy, so that obviously wouldn't work. I mean, so long as the revolution doesn't actually happen, we're fine, right? Perhaps we just use our authority to suppress that movement? I think we do that. I think we've got to sort out this voting situation. But is that going to screw us over in some other way? Kind of really difficult to say, isn't it? But this current situation isn't tenable because we can't change the laws we need to change. So, is total separation a thing that we want to do? Probably not. Let's do it. I think we can suppress the positivists. Let's give it a try. I'll get rid of that construction penalty as well, right? So, this makes the industrialists angry. It's probably okay. We get the migration attraction from the rural folk again. That's good. Right, but what this does mean is I actually need to turn off probably these two. And then we need to suppress this movement because we don't want them becoming a revolution. So you are predicted to turn militant. So if we go here and click suppress, is that actually going to help? I guess we'll find out. Probably not. Can we negotiate with anyone else on this? Not really. We're just going to have to get lucky, I think. But yeah, we've got to solve this legitimacy situation because we've lost all of our loyalists. This could help. Okay. Populations go up really quick. That's good. Yeah, so tax income is going up a lot. That's good. Let's go back to the migration map mode. Oh, it's good to see. It's good to see. We're getting a real mix of things going on now. We've got Bretons, we've got Mexicans, we've got Frankfurters. We've got a lot of North Germans. That's good. Yeah, this is going up real quick. The landowners are unhappy. Okay. That's not great. Should I just lower taxes? How much are we making on taxes? So we go back into debt doing this. It would give us a bit more legitimacy, reduce the radicals, and it would help with the. It would help the pops buy more of their needs. Maybe we can do that for a little bit. We've been paying off a little bit of the debt. Our credit limit is going up a lot. We could give it a try. That at least gets us to 25, which is going to make it quicker to pass this, well. Actually, this is going to make it slower to pass the law. That's kind of wild. Because obviously you have you can't enact laws unless you have a movement with illegitimate government. But if you have a unstable government, you get the enactment time penalty. That's funny. I think let's do it. See how that goes. So migration's going well. We fought the war and won, but our economy is still not in the ideal situation. We do still need to build this government administration as well. That needs to keep happening. Otherwise we're going to lose a lot of tax income to that. Let's just do that first. But it probably is going to be hard to keep standard of living up when so many people are coming over. Because we've got to get them more jobs. No, let's go down again. Damn it. We've got a time modifier that's decreasing. Yeah, we really don't get the penalty for being illegitimate. But we do get it for being unstable. That's very weird. Perhaps the game is like, okay, you've got an illegitimate government, you have to pass the law with the thing. Also, we have a quest here to try and vassalize Hawaii. We could do that, couldn't we? Do we want to set up, like, maybe an improved relations here? Maybe invite them to the Power Bloc? Oh, we have interests in the same strategic regions? Or are we neighbors? What? I've never seen that come up before. Improve relations. That's weird. Well, if you can't get a legitimate government, there's no reason to have huge taxes, right? It's improving people's standard of living because they can buy stuff that they want. I was more worried about just going into a massive debt spiral, but we're not spiraling at the moment. I just want to get this out of the way so the industrialists don't get completely pissed off. And to be fair, we are actually very close to the commitment, so the penalties are not huge, but it's mostly an approval penalty. So we could fail it, but let's just see what happens. I feel like it's possible. Also, if the pops think there's a better standard of living, more pops will move over, won't they? There's been a coup in Venezuela. Okay. I don't think it affects us. Yeah, finish off the furniture. You've got bureaucracy again, that's good. Did we actually do our institutions? No, we didn't! We have so many people moving to our country, it's taking up our institution space. That's hilarious. We're gonna have to build more government administrations then. I mean, it does make sense. Just keep building them here to get the throughput bonus. That's funny. But build the furniture manufactory first at this point, I think. The closer we get to the threshold, the less bad the penalty will be, right? So we might as well try and get as close as possible, even if we do ultimately fail. What we could even do is we could try lowering it all the way to very low for a little bit and see if that actually pushes us over the edge. Maybe we do that when this gets down to like 6 months. Yeah, look at that. I love it. Line go up. And the GDP is increasing as well. How much of this is because the Ottomans are building things? They have their foreign queue over here. Oh, we've actually got a lot of Bolivian construction going on in our country. That's fine. Okay, Home Affairs increased to level 2. Did we already pay the cost for those? Or is that going to come out this month? No, we did already pay the cost for that. Okay, that's good then. We got a flood. Oh, we do get floods. There you go. Well, we probably still want one, but the other one could probably go back down the priority list. I think we could actually pass this. What do we got here? The Voice of the Nation. A group of respectable music composers teaching at the Art Academy of Sao Paulo have approached us. They want us to make a new national anthem. Now, that's a cool anthem. We get 20 prestige. Good. That's nice. That's a big bonus. You do just get nice events from having art academies and universities sometimes. It is good. Okay, well, here's the positivist movement. We have been suppressing them, but they're clearly still militant. Looks like they're capping out at 75. That's good. Are they actually going to cap out at 75? If they get to 100%, then you get civil war, and that's bad. But it looks like they're going to fizzle out. Looks like they're actually already fizzling out. That's fine. I guess our suppression of the movement has helped in that regard. I'm imagining this is going to tick back down and they're going to go back to not being an active revolution. Yeah, there you go. Get out of here. That's fine. Hydraulic cranes. Okay, this is good. We've got bulk trading access now. That's good. So let's go to the trade center and set this to bulk trading. That's fine. We'll make more merchant marines as well. And now our trade capacity has increased a lot. Right? We lost our birth rate bonus. No! Rude, church. I mean, birth rate is not what's driving this big population spike. I'll be real. But that was nice, because you were powerful. I think we're going to get there, you know. Building more gold mines? That's always a good sign, isn't it? It went successfully to drafting? That's good. And get me more loyalists again. Yeah, look, we've got so many radicals now, we're actually getting a penalty to approval. That's not good. More furniture. Still got your turmoil, I see. How are we going to reduce this turmoil? You're at 11% turmoil. It's because of all the radicals. Yeah, the legitimacy is having a worse effect on the radicals than the standard of living. Germans, good. We're slowly just getting colonized by the Germans. That's fine. Do we actually want to build a second furniture factory? Probably. We're still paying a lot for furniture. Let's try lowering the taxes to very low. Let's see if that actually increases standard of living up enough that we get this to succeed. And if we don't, then we will just set them higher again. It'll probably take a little while for it to activate. Enacting this law would change government legitimacy by +2. Nice. Who's stalling now? Oh, the landowners are unhappy as well. Oh, boo. Surely gold mines will make people happy. I don't know. We're getting somewhere, aren't we? We've improved the attitude of Cisplatina. That's good. What about subjects? Right. Now, Argentina and Cisplatina are both loyal. You're very loyal. So we could actually raise subject payments on you and get more money from you. That doesn't seem like it's very useful, though. That's not a lot of money. What about Bolivia? More North Germans! Hooray! More Germans! This is good for us. Funny how Argentina gets the funny flag and Cisplatina doesn't. I really want to make Bolivia a puppet, but that's going to take some time. How's the Power Bloc looking? Power Bloc is looking good. Cohesion's at 39. I think eventually, once your liberty desire goes down enough, then we will have enough cohesion to vassalize Peru or Chile. But we're going to have to wait on that quite a while. You got more of a tools deficit than a furniture deficit now. We're almost there, though. We're at 11.1. Lowering taxes has increased standard of living because people have more money to satisfy their needs. We're getting more North Germans. We must add more North Germans to the pile. Actually, this is quite interesting. Let's have a look at our... Because we're just mostly sitting around letting things do for now. So we have 192,000 North Germans at the moment. That's good. The Nordestinos are still a large fraction. Solistas are sort of getting there as well. Well, they were there as well. But frankly, more Breton people came over. And more French people came over than anything else. Thank you very much for the follow, Capitan Bira. Enjoy your fishy emotes. Hope you're having a good evening. We're doing alright. We're trying to get standard of living up by hook or by crook. Because this commitment time's out in 5 months. And we're pretty close to doing it, so the penalty is actually not going to be that bad. But I would like to succeed. The issue is, even though we've lowered taxes a lot to get this done, we have so many people immigrating in, I'm not sure we have that much control over the standard of living at the moment. The Brazilian-French fellowship want us to revoke trade privileges. Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Oh, hold on. That just means I need to cancel the treaty I already have with you, right? Which one would that be? Oh god. Which one is it? Have you got a different flag than normal? You do have a different flag. Oh my god. I've just noticed the British Republic has a different flag. That's cursed. That's very cursed. Right. Well, where are they then? It's this one. Right? Yeah, cancel this. There you go. They were literally hiding among the other flags because they just didn't anticipate that. Yeah, that's good. Now the intelligence are happy again. Good. You got expensive mana wars. Yeah, that was predicted. Now our navy has actually grown to a reasonable size. Possibly we could do with another military shipyard. But again, I really don't want to focus on that until we're done with all of this stuff. Clothes could be important again. I just want to build stuff that we could quickly do to actually just reduce the turmoil down here for the Solistas. The animist rights movement? Do we care about that? Pop's becoming loyalist. We want that. We got the positive movement up here again. But they're just going to keep flicking on and off because they can't actually get to militant properly because we're suppressing them. So I don't need to worry about that. It's just another source of irritation for us. Did we actually do anything with France? I don't know. We can have trade privileges with you, can't we? Actually, we're not just giving... We've already got trade privileges with France. Interesting that the movement has sprouted up in a different region this time. Hmm. Okay. But yeah, Brazil's doing alright. The US declared war on us to try and take our subject Bolivia. But we actually fought them off because they couldn't do a naval invasion properly. They couldn't land enough troops in South America to actually sort things out. They have taken a big chunk of Mexico, which is concerning. Hopefully that means we actually get more Mexican immigrants. Because our country's population is growing a lot now, so that's good. I haven't done so much in so little time, but I tried Brazil, I couldn't even abolish slavery. Well, we haven't quite abolished slavery. We've got a bit of an issue at the moment. We've got a legitimacy crisis. I mean, at the moment we're at 31, but it's only because I'm on very low taxes, and I'm not planning on staying on very low taxes. But, yeah, these guys aren't too legitimate at the moment. We did actually go for legacy slavery just to reduce the landowner influence on the country. But there's still a few things that we haven't quite done yet. We're trying to do census suffrage at the moment just to get rid of this electoral clientelism modifier and get more legitimacy. That's really important to me. So we're trying to figure out how to do that. And after that, we want to get to propertied women so that we can make our heir legitimate, because we've got the Princess Isabel. So the progress bar is going up because she's been heir to the throne for like 6 years now. But we still need to get rid of legal guardianship to get that to succeed. But yeah, it's going alright. We've got a power block. We set this up pretty early. We've got most of South America and then some of Central America in it. So that's good. What's the Venezuela power block situation? Has that changed? It's still mostly just Russia. I just don't think there's enough... We can get enough leverage on these countries to actually get them in our power block. They're too contested. Yeah, I'm really happy with this pop growth, but we're probably going to fail this. But the penalty is not actually that high. Like, we've done a pretty good job getting close to the commitment, and I'm glad that we're going to get partial success from that. I'm very pleased. What I really want to do, so our power block as well, we have never set up a power block before. So what we actually did is we've gone for the sovereign empire. Oh, and look, because our cohesion is low, you can see all the puzzle pieces are missing. That's funny. But... yeah, we did that because I wanted to get more authority for decrees, because I thought that was going to be really important. And it probably is going to be really important later, maybe. But we haven't actually got that many vassals. We've got Argentina, we've got Bolivia, and we've got Cisplatina. So we've got 3 vassals. So I guess that's 30 authority. But that's not huge. But getting freedom of movement was very good. I think perhaps doing the cultural collaboration, or whatever it's called, would have been better for the extra migration bonuses. Migration just seems really powerful. Yeah, standard of living is decreasing because so many people are coming in. That's very funny. How many migrations we got going at the moment? I think they've partially stopped. We just got a load of North Germans. We got some Schwarzburgers. But we'll keep that mass migration attraction up. We got a stall, but the stall chance has decreased as well. Representatives of the landowners and government have demanded several compromises in the enactment of census suffrage. Okay, so either we take a penalty to enactment time, or we get a setback and we get extra success chance, but the radical movement gets more activism. Oh, that seems fine. I just want to pass this. Get it out of here. I always like the options when you can get a setback, because it's quite rare you actually hit 3 setbacks unless you're trying to pass a law that you really shouldn't be passing. So usually it's the better option, I find. Right, well, you're not going to build this in a month, so perhaps we stop the furniture, we go for the tools. I mean, we've still got a furniture shortage, but we're using the tools for construction too. So, no, maybe it doesn't matter too much. We've got to get our actual iron frame construction going. The fact that we're still not on iron frame construction is quite annoying. So we'll do one more month of low taxes, and then we'll bump taxes back up and pay off some of this debt. Presumably the first setback is free, the second is a little risky. Kind of. I don't think it really makes so much of a difference. Obviously, if you get 3 setbacks, it just fails. There is actually a power block where you could get a 4th setback for a law, which could be quite good. The Americans have colonized Oklahoma. Amazing. Good job. Still can't believe Britain's got the different flag. And I didn't notice, because that happened a while ago. The scramble for Africa is kind of scrambling. People are probably going to unlock quinine soon, which means they're going to start carving up Africa. That's fine. I don't need Africa. That's not really on my list. I'm sad. I'm sad we didn't do this, but this penalty is pretty low, so I'm not too upset. That's -1 approval. That's not bad at all, actually. They still don't like us at the moment, but we can live with that. No, we failed. Okay, they are displeased, but they are not going to kill us, so that's good. So let's go back up to normal taxes. What's our legitimacy like again? It's 30. I think actually, because this law is supported by a movement, let's actually just go back to illegitimate, just so we can do the law faster. And we can pay off some debt. That's so weird that's how that works. But it is. Yeah. So, I guess for now, let's focus on tools and iron, making them cheap. And then we can switch over to the construction method. Oh. Positivists are back. Okay. They really don't like census suffrage. Looks like they're probably just going to hang out at the moment. Hopefully we just pass this soon. High taxes? No, I don't want to set this to high taxes. Just tank the high taxes has a much larger negative effect than the low taxes have a positive effect. That would be a lot of annoyance. But we're making money again. It's fine. But yeah, look, our population has gone up by like over 1 million people in the last year, which is fantastic. Music to my ears. A well-acclaimed troupe of wandering artists have arrived at Rio Grande do Sul. Should we fund them? Extra prestige or less prestige? We have enough prestige. I don't want I don't want to pay more money. What about the intelligentsia? They're oh, this is fine. I think I've got to make sure that they're at least somewhat happy though, so maybe I should... Oh, the funny thing is, I could have done the event, or I could just pay them the money to increase their government wages, and it costs less. So we'll just do that. And that way we'll make sure to keep them on side. We really do need to keep them on side, because we lose that bonus as well. Actually, we're fine. I'm panicking too much. We don't actually need the prestige bonus, because we've still got the +20 from the national anthem. Boo, hiss, go away. So, the issue is, we're actually running so low on iron that we're pretty soon going to hit a shortage, so we definitely can't set any of our constructions to iron. Now, the thing is, these construction sectors are outside of our country. They're in our subjects' land. In Bolivia, in Where's this? Yeah, this is in Bolivia. This is in Bolivia. Our vassals are using the iron construction, which I suppose is good. Because ultimately, the stronger South America is, the stronger we all are. But if I want to use the iron. And again, this is just the price on the market. These guys aren't generally building enough iron mines. They need to build more iron mines if they're going to use all these construction methods. In fact, maybe what this means is I should probably actually just start building iron mines in their territory. Maybe. I don't know. This seems good to me. Miniscores. That seems good. Bahia. This seems good. More iron mines. Am I not effectively selling them iron? Yeah. Yeah, we're selling them the iron. But because there's so much demand for it, it's... I mean, that's actually a good point. How does that even work? We're paying for their iron. No. We're not paying for their iron. So, construction goods. Iron is expensive. We're using it for military goods. So that's where our expenditure on that is. But it's not actually that high. That's interesting. Yeah, actually, you've got a point. Iron's expensive, but the government that I'm playing as isn't paying for the iron. So these costs are just a wood and fabric. But we still need iron for our military. And if we have a shortage for our military, that's not great. Moreover, the main thing is it's just preventing us from using the more efficient construction method. So we should still add more iron so that we can shift over to the more advanced methods that our vassals are using without my authorization, I guess. I can't tell them not to do it, which is irritating. But, I mean... yeah, I guess we're at the point where I would actually just do this. I can... The issue is they've got stuff like construction penalties here and things as well. I mean, I can build one here. That seems like a good spot. This is Peru. I don't want to build it in Peru because they're not actually my vassal. You've only got 19 peasants available to work, so you can't actually work the mine. I mean, we'll just start with those ones, I think. But we can't even, like, attempt to transition at the moment, because if we did transition, we would just end up with a shortage, and then it wouldn't work properly. North Caucasian people from Russia. Okay. Cool. Let's have a look at these. The Despot of Constantinople. Opposed to the arbitrary liberal rule of the Sultan, the Catholic Church have fallen in with the Anti-Ottoman League. Okay. Is that good? No. Well, why? We could sort that out. Put them in there. Put them in there. We'll go to the treaty. We'll cancel. We'll withdraw from this treaty. And then we'll go and make them. Oh, we needed damage relations with them. Yeah, damage relations. Could we do an embargo? No. Oh, we could do expel diplomats. This gives us, does this give us infamy? Yes, it gives us 10 infamy. We're not doing any colonization. Whatever, let's just expel the diplomats. We're not doing any conquest at the moment. This infamy will go away. Just immediately lower that. Then, does that mean we can embargo them immediately? No, but that's going to give us a big head start towards that. That at least gets rid of the malice that we have here from good relations. So we can start getting that to work in our favor now. That's fine. And then we got the street side standoff. Oh, right, for the insurrectionists. Wow, how much turmoil do we actually have from this? Not a lot, right? Let's just add the mortality, I guess, for now. There's not a huge amount of population here anyways. We just gotta pass this law. We got realism, that's more prestige, that's good. Do we want to do realist art? This consumes a lot more paper to produce the fine art. I think our paper's still fairly expensive, but there are other bonuses to doing realist art, I think. I mean, let's go have a look. Oh, come on, that's not what I wanted to do, and you know it. Right. Let me just... Oh, right. Oh, it's because I had the filters on, so it wasn't actually letting me scroll. That's hilarious. Okay. So we're doing sulfite pulping everywhere, because we've got sulfur. That's good. Show me the arts academies. These ones. So if we set these to realist art, it doesn't produce more money, because paper is relatively expensive. Like, the price of paper and the price of fine art is similar relative to the actual products, so this just ends up being less efficient at the moment. Do I want to switch to patronage? This just changes the labor distribution from clerks to academics. I'll do that. That's fine. What about this? So this makes our universities consume more paper, but it gives us more innovation as well. But again, this is less paper efficient. Obviously, we don't have a huge amount of construction, so if we really want the innovation, we could do this. It won't make paper that much more expensive. Let's just do it. It's fine. Maybe I should have done that a while ago. Could switch to clerical educators. Nah, let's leave it. Okay. What else? Do we want to do anything else then for that? Not really, I don't think. We can negotiate again here. The industrialists are pragmatic. Is that going to be helpful? I think it is. I want to get rid of the stall chance. We can lower taxes for a bit. We could lower taxes for a bit. We got to keep taxes at low for 4 years. Or we could add political concessions. Again, this is a temporary measure. I think I'm fine adding political concessions to this as a temporary measure. Because we're eventually going to go for universal suffrage. So that will make them happy and remove their penalty. It's good. It's like private sector's building more paper mills now. That makes sense. Okay, so let's just see where this law goes. I really hope we just hit the success. Because this legitimacy thing is a real issue. Oh, we got a stall. Obstructionism in the landowners. Charles Dickens! Charles Dickens, the silly chicken. His rhetoric has drawn negative attention to the representatives of the landowners, who he has condemned for obstructing the passage of census suffrage. So we could pressure them and get extra success chance and reduced approval. Or we could get extra movement activism and get extra approval from the landowners. What's going on with this movement at the moment? Their activism isn't that high. I'm just going to do that. We'll be fine. They like us. That gets rid of the penalty from the landowners too. I don't know, that was a pretty good stall, wasn't it? That didn't seem to actually hurt. What's going on here? Oh, some Indonesian conquest. A lot of notifications. I think it's probably worth us adding this government administration back now, right? Do the tooling workshop first. When you have a hammer. General Libero, noting severe unrest in Maranhão, has proposed using his army to suppress the agitation. I don't care about the movement of the movement. It's not got enough actual activism to get to secession, so I'm not worried. I am annoyed by this radical situation, but I think we can eventually solve it. Have we stopped having the migrations now? We've still got some. We've still got the North Germans coming in. We've still got a lot of migration attraction. That's been really good for us. I'm beginning to think we should have just lent on that right from the beginning instead of doing the Sovereign Empire stuff. But the Sovereign Empire stuff was fun. Also, Chile is getting larger. That's good. Cohesion's up to 41. That's good. Okay, I'm going to speed for it. Let's speed for it until we pass this law and we can see what the legitimacy situation is. Because obviously this current legitimacy situation isn't very good. I could lower taxes a little bit, but I kind of want to pay off some of this debt. If we're not actually doing a load more construction, yeah, let's just pay off the debt. Do the migrations actually depopulate the places they're coming from? Yes, they do. That's why it can suck if you're a country that's just trying to succeed in Europe. Like, say you're trying to play a small country, and then you have a mass movement occur, and it's not in your favor, and you just lose a big chunk of pops. It sucks. Our Emperor is... Pedro is always giving us this event. This is actually sick. I love it. Do we want construction sector throughput? Do we want trade capacity? How's our trade doing? What are we doing trade-wise? Oh. Yeah. No. Everything. Everything. We're exporting a load of paper. That's weird. Interesting. I mean... We have a lot of tobacco we're not exporting. We could do that. The precost is pretty good though, because that's what we're spending all of our authority on. This could get us another 2 decrees. Let's do that for a change. Okay, it gives us another 1 decree. That's fine. We could do violent suppression of the acre. Really? That's weird. Yeah, let's do that. I don't think we necessarily want more throughput on construction at the moment. Because that means we're still using more goods. Suddenly you lost 300,000 population. Seems really painful. Yeah, it is really painful. You really want to avoid it. It's really bad. But like... Yeah, it's interesting that so many people are coming from North Germany because they're not happy with it. I mean, if we have a look at standard of living over there, it's pretty high actually, isn't it? Literacy is also pretty high. It does seem like we're kind of just sucking people away from Europe. Like, even when they're in relatively favorable conditions, they're just a little bit perturbed. Oh, you know what it probably is? It's probably radicals from people who don't support the governments in these areas that are coming over to our country because there's different laws. This is creeping up because the radicals are creeping up. Oh, and it added 1% from political concessions. Really? That's funny. I didn't notice that. Wait. Speed 4. This is not stalling. We're going as fast as we can with this legitimacy. We built the government administration. More iron would be good. We're just doing all the iron mines now? Yes, good. Yeah, in this case, our population's grown a lot faster than GDP. Also, something to bear in mind, a lot of this population isn't actually working population. A lot of it is dependents, but that's fine. Slaves escape. We care. 2% of slaves become more loyalists, but that's in this one place, isn't it? Does it actually matter? 50% mortality for 5 years. I don't really like that. I don't really want more radicals either. You know, let's do it. Let's see what happens. What modifier did we get? That show us? Oh my god, that's a lot of information. This is the pop-up you wanted an oh no anyway. Or yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I'm not gonna worry about it. Let's just not worry about it. Well, this is gaining some traction. As long as it doesn't hit 100%, we should be fine. The issue is, if it gets too high, you start having events that could tip it over the threshold. But 77% is not too high. Another stall. That's not good. Once on the fence with the issue, the industrialist views on census suffrage change overnight. Arthur Peyoto names Charles Dickens as the architect of a hidden deal. That's bad. Charles Dickens, how could you... So, less attraction to the petty bourgeoisie, less success chance. Charles Dickens gets a penalty to popularity and we get success chance reduction. Or we gain a setback and we get extra enactment time. Or reduction. Yeah, sure, do it. We're on 2 setbacks. Let's go! Our luck has not been great with this law, I will admit. I was kind of hoping to be wrapped up by now. Maybe we're just going to have to let this wrap up another time. I mean, have the migrations concluded? You're going to continue until the 14th of July. Maybe we just go until the 14th of July. Oh. Hold on! Large numbers of English people! Large numbers of English people have been migrating from the British Republic to Rio. Oh, that's huge! English is a huge culture. Oh, we've got to see what happens with this. Hold on. Right. Yes, come here. They're all coming to Rio. Okay. So, let's let it play for a few weeks, and we'll see how big the spike is. This is going to be a huge spike, I could tell. We had a huge spike when we had French people coming in. You'll know when it happens. Speak for it again. Show me. Don't worry about this bit up here, they're fine. It's usually like once a month or so. Oh, the Anti-Ottoman League is disbanded? Oh, whatever. There we go, look at this. Pay dirt. We got 23,000 people moving to Rio. We got 10.6 thousand moving to Minas Gerais. We got 11,000 moving to Sao Paulo. And we got 10,000 moving to Bahia. So our population jumped up by, what, 60,000 today? Great. Good stuff. Okay. I guess we'll wrap it up there today, because it's getting late. But I'm pretty pleased with what we've done today. So, our army is a lot stronger. Our navy's a lot stronger. That's good, because it means the US is hopefully not going to beat us up as much. And we did actually fend them off of Bolivia, which I'm pleased about. We fought a war and succeeded against the US. The Power Bloc has stayed stable. This Power Bloc is really coming in handy now for this freedom of movement little principle here. Very good. We haven't quite succeeded industrializing to the extent that we want, but our vassals are industrializing with our financial support, I guess, so that's fine. And our population has increased a lot because of migrations. So that's going well, but this legitimacy crisis is real. We're going to have to really deal with that, and we'll deal with that another time. But I am very glad that I didn't chicken out of doing the war with the US. That will at least make for an entertaining thumbnail. I think the VOD will go up on I think the VOD will go up on Thursday. Yes. let's close it out. It's late. The fish are getting ready for bed. But thanks very much for hanging out, everyone. I do appreciate you all sticking around tonight and watching me play some Victoria 3. I know it's not the usual Oxygen Not Included. We will go back to Oxygen Not Included in April, possibly sooner, depending on how this goes. But we're still only like 25 years, or I think we're less than 25 years in. So we've still got like another 12 streams, probably, of this run. It'll probably take a similar amount of length to the Surviving Mars campaign. But it's going well, and I think we're actually succeeding. We're not succeeding quite as hard as I thought we were going to, if I'm going to be honest, but that's fine. This is literally our first playthrough on stream of this game. If you like what you've seen and you want to see more, feel free to follow me on Twitch if you're not already following me. We also have a YouTube channel where I'm uploading all the VODs. Loads of Oxygen Not Included content on there as well. I'm glad the fish are posing for the camera. And then there's Discord as well. If you have something funny to show me in Victoria 3, please do feel free to send it to me and I'll have a look. But yeah, we're going to get loads of English migrants tomorrow. So that's going to be fantastic. But yeah, probably not going to raid anyone tonight. I don't usually raid people when I play Victoria. But enjoy the rest of your evening. We will be back tomorrow. And we will hopefully get a legitimate government again. Good night.